All righty. Okay, you guys. It's a little noisy. Sorry. I got the air on. Okay. Hi, guys. I got TikTok. We got Facebook, TikTok, Wait, we don't have Instagram, do we? 216 the net and my YouTube all at the same time. So, all righty.
Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Lana's been a practicing psychic for 25 years and has gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She's an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. This week, we discuss the shaman stones and more meditation. Good morning, Lana.
Good morning. You know what, Kent? Is there any way you can make that a little louder? We have a brand new system in our station.
I will do my best.
I am on location yet, so can you get a little louder? Because I can barely hear you. It could be because I've got the air on. It's 96 degrees today.
There you go. Is that better?
Yes, it is better.
There we go.
Thank you. Hi, Shin. Okay. So what we're going to be doing today is, and by the way, I'm going to be back next week in the station. So you'll see a big difference. I'll be back into the regular because I am down here taking care of a family member. So I am my flight leaves at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I'm like, I got to get up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm like, that sucks. Anyway, so what we're going to be talking today is, one, I'm going to be talking about a tarot card called the Tower. And then we're also going to be talking a little bit continuing about shaman stones and meditation. Okay. So what I do is I have a guest today. Yay. And I know that my TikTokers can't see and hear, but I'm hoping that they can. And I am really sorry you can't. If we were on the station, you could hear better, much, much better. So I apologize for that. Because if you want to watch me and you want to see my person, go on Lana's Enchanted Sky on YouTube. I'm live there right now. I'm also on 216thenet.com and I'm on my Facebook live. Or is it your Facebook, Kent?
It's both of our. No, my Facebook.
Your Facebook? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think I just transferred this. I transferred to Facebook. Okay. So, all right. So, needless to say, good morning, Tasha. This is a good friend of mine, and we've been talking about shaman stones. Now, I know a little bit about them because I've been kind of studying them because damn, they work. They really work. If you do not have these, be looking at them. Now, they are no longer harvesting them. Did you know that?
Yep.
They don't. Yeah. They quit because they're on the rim of the Grand Canyon. They're considered rare, and they're considered, there's just unlimited quantity, I guess, but they are only found in like Utah, the north rim of Grand Canyon, and I think somebody said Australia. Do you know, Tasha?
The only place that I've known them to be is the Navajo area in Arizona. I haven't heard anything of them being in Australia, but it doesn't mean that they couldn't be there. Okay. It's a natural.
Okay. Well, I had heard there's two different types. The one in Australia has a little bit less iron content, is what I had heard.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know. That's what I heard. So I don't know if that's true, but okay. So first off, if you don't have these, I am selling them, but I only have a few pairs. How many pairs do we have, Tasha? Maybe 10?
I think there's 4 big ones and 5.
We're selling them because in case you couldn't find them, but I encourage you to look online and you can find them. They're not really expensive yet, but I want to talk about these because they work. Hi, Emma. Hi, Princess. Hi, Emma. Okay. These work. All right. So first of all, tell us a little bit, Tasha, because I know you've been studying this and you taught me stuff I didn't know.
So, there's like a bunch of different names for Moki stones. They're considered shaman stones, Moki marbles, thunderballs, entrada berries, Kayenta berries, Navajo cherries, and they're all
Navajo cherries. Yeah, I've heard that.
all found in the Navajo Desert in the United States. The word Moki originates from the Hopi tribe, also known as the Moki Indians, and they look like they are either uncoated M&Ms or...
Yes, they do. They look... Yes, you're right. They look like uncoated M&Ms.
Or
you're
if
right.
anybody is familiar with South Park, Chef's big chocolatey balls or whatever you want to call them.
Yes, exactly. I hadn't heard that, but I do know they're called Bogie stones, Moki marbles, or Moki balls. I've heard all those before.
And they can range from a size of a pea to up to 8 inches in diameter.
Yeah, I personally like the bigger ones. I have a small set here, and Tasha asked me a bit. I told her, save me one large set. I sold mine. What a mistake, because I really like the bigger one that I had. And so what's this male? Now they come in sets, and they've been paired, and they come in male and female. Explain that.
So male, they usually, if you don't have them in a mated set, you can find them super easily by taking, sorry, I'm trying to center this, by taking your stones and seeing which one is bigger and which one is smaller. And the bigger one is the female, and the smaller one is the male.
Believe it or not, yeah, the bigger one is female and a little rounder, because like my set, see, look at my set. My set is very flat. That's my male. Okay, that's my male, and this is my female. Now, I will explain how these work, because they do work. Okay, all right. Anna, what do I had somebody asking me a question? What is a barb? What do you mean? Do you mean a bard? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Reiterate, please. Okay, go ahead. So if you can't hear this, I'm really sorry. Also go to 216thenet.com or go to Lana's Enchanted Sky on YouTube. I'm live. And my that's the bad thing about TikTok, is that I can't, there's got to be a way we can hook this up, Kent. I actually have a podcast station. So, okay. So go ahead. Okay.
So another thing about Moki stones, or the marbles. Oh, thank you. It is a sandstone center surrounded by a shell of hardened hematite. So if you cut it open, you'll see in the center that it's all sand, and that's what the noise is when you clack them together. And the age can range anywhere between 300,000 years and 25 million years old, which I think is absolutely insane.
I know, isn't it? Eddie says they look like charcoal. Eddie, they're 96% iron. Hear it? They almost have a sound to them. I guess they probably do look a little like charcoal in a way. If you get up close, they don't look they're like a dark brown color. See, look at the color. You can see that they're metal. They're very metallic. And they've been used for thousands of years for meditation. I mean, a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, go ahead.
So their origin is unknown, but some speculate that the stones may have formed when the original dunes in the Navajo Desert were underwater. And they had a massive amount of water that, like, I guess, formed them. It must have been pressure or something like that, but it was like super compacted. And while they are called shaman stones, or why they are called, shaman stones.
Shaman stones, yep.
Yes, is that the Moki shamans use them for their spiritual properties and healing energies.
And the Mokis are Indians, right? That's an Indian tribe that doesn't really exist anymore. Are they still around?
I am not sure. I didn't, I guess, delve deep enough into that.
But I know, I don't either. MOQUI, Moki.
Yep.
Okay. Now somebody's asking on my TikTok where to get these. You can go online and get them, but we're selling them. And if you go on enchantedsky.com, I've only got like 10 pairs. I tried to keep them pretty inexpensive. I think I put the small pair was 16 on sale, and then the larger set's 24. And the larger set's like more like about double this size. So there's 2 sets, but you can go get them. If you order them, we'll get them to you. I've only got 10 pair though. They are not that easy to find. They really aren't. I started looking and I found a few places, by the way, Tasha. I don't know,
Yeah.
Good quality ones are important. They are. So
I feel that. That's why
I don't like this one I got. I got the set in the mail. I mailed them and I wasn't happy because this one is a nice one, but this one's not. I don't like this one. I feel sad.
I'm gonna talk to my guy Keith and see.
So how do you? I know how this is how I'm using them, but how do you use them? Because she was talking to me about tapping them. There's different ways. I could feel the energy and see the actual energy coming out of them when I picked them up, because I got these from another psychic friend who has a shop also up kind of about an hour and a half away from me. And she goes, "Can you feel that?" And I said to her, "It feels like it's going in an X. They feel like it's crossing." And she's like, "Yes, it's actually making an infinity symbol, and it's coming back to you like this, and it's literally doing this." So, and I'm like, I could feel it. So, what do you do with them?
So you have the female and you've got the male. The female one goes in your non-dominant hand, whichever one that may be, and the male one goes in your dominant hand.
Ooh, am I
Female
doing backwards?
Yeah.
I'm doing it
The
backwards.
female receives the energies and the male pushes it. So if you have a pair of your own, and you can go by the size or which one feels like it's lifting or which one's pulling you down. But the female lifts and the male pulls down, much like most of them in our lives. Just
so
kidding.
female goes in non-dominant hand. So
Yes, female and
the male goes to the dominant, and you will feel an energy. They start, because they're such high iron. They're almost like pure iron. I'm telling you, it looks like, what's that iron, pig iron, where it comes out and they use it and they melt it, they smelt it down.
Well, iron ore.
Iron. I was kind of thinking it was like it comes like out of the factory. I want to say it's like pig iron, but and it's raw. It's almost like raw iron, and maybe like an ore. But anyway, they look like that too. Look at you, and they come naturally like this. That's what's really cool about them.
So, Tasha, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What if you're right hand dominant but right brain dominant? It's a good question.
That's a good question. I don't think it would matter.
So keep the female in your non-dominant hand then.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been using my female in my left dominant hand, and I feels more comfortable to me. That is me.
Do it. I can't really say.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't do it, but yeah. Well,
I don't think there's really any wrong way. That's just like the most commonly suggested thing. So whatever feels right. Mine feels good that way to me, but everybody's different, and I think that you should just do with what you feel.
Do what you feel. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree, Tasha.
Yep.
I have somebody asking where I'm from. I'm right now in Florida, and I'm coming back. I'm in Wisconsin. I am an hour and a half northwest of Chicago. My podcast is in suburban Chicago. So just to let you guys know, United States, okay? Because I've got people all over the world, okay? Yeah, Jen says just use your intuition. Yes, you are right. See, I feel like and I got to go pick a bigger setup, because these are, I don't know. I just don't like these as much. And I'm going to give these to my granddaughter, because my granddaughter wants them. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing this, so what
are the attributes?
So, I guess you can throw them into fire and they explode. And they used to do that in the Navajo practices or whatever. Just kidding. What? Don't really do that. But there are like 5 powerful uses for these lovely little brown balls.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I got a really weird message. Leah says something like, "There's a bug somewhere." There's.
Okay, keep going, Tasha.
Sorry, Tasha.
No, you're fine. So like number 1 is creating sounds for protection. So if you hear, they make a weird little sound. You can use these stones to rub together or tap to clean or clear unwanted or negative energies from your space. So much like black salt or sage, it's another great way to cleanse and clear. And as always, keep your windows open so the lower energies have a place to go, and always do it in love and light. You can rub them simply just by holding them in your hand, or if you want, again, to do it together, it's just like, I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of peaceful and muted. So if you have a pair, just try doing so. It really does help me in my anxiety when I do that, because I have horrible anxiety. You can use it for grounding your energies, and if you do Reiki, crystal healing, spiritual healing, hypnotherapy, Lana, or simply meditate, all of those put you at a higher realm, or a higher vibration. But these stones can help you come back down to earth after a big event like that and balance you back out. You can massage your joints for pain relief.
Yeah, that's true. That does work.
Yep.
Yeah, I had heard about that it does. Yes.
These bad
massage joints with it. Yeah.
Yep. They can be used as aromatherapy diffusers like lava stones. So you can add essential oils to them and then rub your joints that way too. Obviously, be careful which essential oils you put on them, because some can react badly to rocks. And And number 5, you can balance your energies. Again, these stones represent the yin and the yang. And I don't remember if I mentioned that. Probably not. Sorry if I didn't.
Yes, that
and
works.
You can use them to balance yourself by embracing both the masculine and feminine energies. You can tell when you are out of balance because you'll be more irritable, angry, sad, sensitive, moody, and many other.
I had a very interesting thing. Somebody asked if they could make a fire with them. You know, I don't.
They're not
these questions. Like I do know that. Well, you'd think because it's metal. I don't think so. I don't think so.
It doesn't
But
generate enough spark. I did look into that because
Morning,
I'm like,
Nate.
how do you explode? But it's fire.
Are these positively and negatively charged? There's a question.
As the yin and yang, I think just like any stone you have, put them out in the sun, because since they are from the desert, the sun is, I think, the biggest cleanser and clearer for these particular stones. But I don't think there's anything negative associated with them in any way, whether it's the energy of the male.
Okay, so there's nothing negative with them. Okay, but yeah, I know they work. It's also like when you meditate, it's kind of like when you sit with them and it's like you put your energy and your thought into them. I don't know. I just find that they work very well.
So the best part of these awesome little chunky rocks are that when they are worked with repeatedly, they will unlock the very intuitive side of yourself, which gives you a great deal of clarity and better understanding of yourself as well as other people and your environment. You'll experience enhanced psychic abilities, and you can also use these stones as psychic protection talismans or amulets.
I have somebody on here. Nick says he's coming to my house to get them. You have to order them online. They're not coming from me. They're coming from Tasha, and she's connected to my store right now because we didn't know how else to sell them. So you have to order them online, okay? Yep. But somebody's like, got my address, and I'm like, no. Besides, I'm not there anyway. I'm in Florida. So yeah, but I do run a business out of my house. Yes, I do. But it's not there. So, okay. Just thought I would tell somebody because it kind of freaked me out a little bit. Okay. So if you're using these, do you think that it makes it, what's your opinion really fast? Okay. Because we're just about done because I only told you it'd be 15 minutes and
I'm sorry. What did you
ask? The intuition, does it really help?
I'm still like it. I haven't had enough time to use them repeatedly, but every time I've held them and I've been doing something like one of my aura portraits or otherwise, it like clears the fog, so to speak. And I'll like have one while I'm drawing. I'll have one or both in one of my hands and then I'm drawing and it just like enhances everything. So I'm to each their own. I really like them. Do they get warm? Probably. I mean, when you're holding them for a while, because iron is a natural conductor of heat as well as sandstone center, so you could probably use them for hot stone massage, but don't microwave them. But they're pretty. I don't know. They just make me feel good. Like I can't not hold them anymore because it's just instant zen. It's that makes them. Oh, and they're with your root chakra. They're more associated with the root chakra.
Mm-hmm.
You're grounded.
Now, Tasha, if people wanted to know more about what you do or get in touch with you, we've got your Facebook address up there. It's Optimistic LLC /services. Any other way they can get in touch with you?
They can call me. I forgot what my phone number is because it's my business.
Yeah, so you can go to the Optimistic. Yeah, she has a lot of stuff. Now, do you have any in the store actually?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do. So she does have some in the store.
Yep. So, just in case, you never know who shows up and who. But my location is 18 West Main Street.
Oh, can we see your nails? I've got all kinds of odd stuff on my TikTok, you guys.
Same.
Yeah. Hi from Texas. Hey, Texas, you aren't so far from where these are. So, okay.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably like
hours. Go to the Optimistic. Now, do you have a website again, Tasha?
I'm working on that. It's been super hard because all my inventory changes all the time and not everything is the same. So I've been working on one of the basic Wix pages. I do have a Square marketplace, but it doesn't have everything that I have in store. It's very hard to do all by yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Shana wants to know, did they get warm? They get very warm because they're metal. you can feel like they just really get warm. Yeah, and if you probably left them out in the sun, they'd probably be burning. So, but I know that when you're using them, you can feel a warmth, and you can feel like a figure eight. I don't care what anybody says. You feel this when you're holding them. So try them, okay? Thank you very much, Tasha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to get back. I'll have to talk to you in a little bit. Okay. We're actually, she's a good friend. I read at her store. So okay. All right. But for now, order some stones. I will talk to you later. We'll have you back on. Okay.
Thank you very much for
Bye.
hosting.
Thanks, Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit thrown back by some people, so that's why I'm okay. I'll talk to you in a minute, Kent, because I'm gonna get off of TikTok. So okay.
Sure. One of those mornings.
No, I'm shocked by something somebody's just said to me. So anyway, yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so I'm gonna move on. I just got surprised by something, and I just got threatened on TikTok.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm in shock right now. And they've got my address. I'm very upset. And I just got off TikTok, and I just blocked the person. So it just threw me off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, the shaman stones are not from another planet. Right?
No, they're not. No. They're here on they're here on the rim of the Grand Canyon.
Awesome.
So yeah, I thank you, Princess. That's why I'm not I'm acting a little strange, because I was in shock.
Sure.
Matter of fact, I pulled this card that I should have known. I pulled this card for the day. Now, you guys know what this card means, because I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Okay. Now, this card means shock, blow, surprise, something that was unexpected.
Mm.
Okay. And when it's like this, it doesn't necessarily mean bad. It can be good too. I just did a reading for some people, and honestly, it's just a change. It's just a change. They're also telling me there were bugs in here, and
we don't see any bugs.
No, see what I'm saying? I'm off. I'm done. So now, by the way, when this is upside down, by the way, it's a little bit less, and it's not as severe.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I do have lizards all over, hopping all over the lizards that are down here.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, so getting back a little bit to this, I use these. You guys need to try these, okay? So don't, people are crazy. I'm just still trying to recover from that comment. So, yeah. Anyway, if you want to rub them together and tap them, you can do that. It's like an echo that you can create. And I use them all the time. I really do. So I just thought that back to this. I'm unraveled right now.
It's weird stuff.
Yeah, I know it's weird stuff.
Now, as we've been talking about meditation, these are good to hold in your hand. These shaman stones as you're meditating.
Yes.
Now, it seems like Tasha said, rub them together or something, and that makes a soothing sound or helps you.
You can do this.
Get to that level.
Well, I know that it's to clear also negative energy out of a room.
Uh-huh.
So you can use those.
You better start hitting those damn things hard, girl.
It just, how something just hits you just
right,
and it just, and see, that's what the Tower card is about. So when I pulled that, I should have known today. I always pull a card for you guys for the day and then explain it. And it's a shock, a blow, that's something that brings about swift change. Okay. Yeah. So
now are these
you can rub it on the TikTok app. You're right, Eddie.
That's right. Now Anna asked, are these something you carry with you all the time? Is it?
You can. I have a bag I carry them in. and I have them with me a lot. They help you. I don't know if they de-stress. You got to try these. If you've not ever tried these, I've just learned about these very recently. Okay. Do you know if they can be combined with other stones? Yes. Good question, Shayna. Yes, they can be, because I know that I've got some moonstone in here and they're runes. I mean, I'm learning runes right now. So,
oh, look at that cute little stone.
Yeah, aren't they cute? But it's a moonstone, and I've been putting them with them. I know some people, you wear them as necklaces. I've heard some people that do that will wear their shaman stone as just one single one as a necklace to ground. Now, here's another thing that's interesting that you can say about these. You can put one you can hold one in your hand, or put one here and then one on your feet, and it's supposed to create the figure 8, and it's supposed to open up your intuitive ability.
Interesting.
So I just know that there's such high iron content that they're almost straight. They almost look like they can't be real. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They look almost not real, like they were made, like man-made, and they're not.
Right.
So, okay. So I was going to cover, like I said, the Tower card.
Well, you
did. I wish I did. And I'm going to cover the Shaman stones, and I'm going to review a little bit about the meditation. Okay. Oh, good. Jen's learning stones too. And
again, if you don't have a set of these shaman stones, you can go to www.enchantedsky. She does have some sets there for sale.
I only have 10. I also booked me for a reading.
Yeah.
I have all week open this week, pretty much. I opened up everything last week because I was here. I couldn't, and I backed up with some people. So, but I'm open again. So I've had a lot of people wanting Wednesdays and things like that. So, you guys can do that. Okay.
Yeah. So earlier, Shayna asked when you receive these. So let's say we go on to www.enchantedsky.com and we order these from you. When we get them, do they need to be cleared?
Nope, they've already been paired, so the energy is right on them.
The female and the male have been paired.
I don't know how else to describe them. I next week I will be in the studio with you, Kent, and you will see these. Okay, so
I get to see your stones. That's great.
You get to see my stones. So okay. With that said, back to like the meditation thing. Remember I was talking about last week's meditation, and your goal is to get from where you're at to a theta or an alpha or theta. Okay. So, the lowest vibration is the worrying vibration. Okay. And you're at, that's kind of like your beta is like where your worrying is. Okay. You're kind of 12 problems. And did you know, by the way, you guys, that you ever notice this about human beings? And this is something that's psychological. And I was reading a study on this, that we worry. Remember you can get like 1,000 great compliments and you get one bad one and you ruminate, right?
Yeah.
And the reason is because as human beings, we're problem solvers. So, okay, that didn't go well. I have to solve the problem. So it's us ruminating, trying to find solutions.
Yeah.
So if you can get to a point where you're like, well, there is no solution, or just say, that's not my monkeys, right?
Right.
It helps. That's what part of meditation is. You're getting out of that wavelength. That's the beta and delta. Well, and I also didn't mention last week that there's a gamma. And that's in between, but you're trying to get to the alpha and the theta, because when you're there, trust me. Okay. All right. So, all right. 2 down, two down, 2 to go. Right.
No. Yeah. She just went on your site and bought some stones. Nice.
Good. Okay. We will take care of it. And, if you guys don't know, a lot of times I have a lot of my friends on here, and you have to understand, I make a lot of friends all over the place.
So,
and she's a very dear friend. And so I read at her store. I read at 5 stores now. So I'm constantly in different places, moving around the Chicago area. And like I said, I was going to come down here to Florida and I was going to read. I got invited found out that down here in Florida, to be able to be a psychic reader, it costs a very large amount of money because you have to have a license. And I'm like,
Interesting.
okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
That is
So, and
interesting.
so people from Florida call me all the time on my website. So anyway, yeah,
So
just an interesting thing.
a couple people have mentioned, like Emma, I feel I can't get out of that worrying frequency recently.
Okay.
As you're meditating, how do you move from that lowest,
Well,
vibration there?
I've talked about this on on different places. Try the 478 pattern.
Mm-hmm.
The 478 pattern, I keep mentioning it. I've mentioned it on my YouTube channel. I've mentioned it here. I've mentioned it all over. 478 is 4 in, hold for 7, release for 8. It mimics your sleep cycle. It works. When I can't sleep, if I do it for about 5 minutes or maybe even 4, I fall right to sleep. And I have insomnia. So, and by the way, you guys, I won't be in about 2 weeks. I will not be here. It'll be taped because I'm getting my tonsils out.
No.
So I won't be able to talk for 2 weeks. So, and I told everybody, I'm like, I got to take a hiatus because I'm not going to be able to talk.
You're not supposed to talk for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're not talking for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Me not talk for 2 weeks. You know what? Maybe I'll be okay. I'll go out with my animals. I'll sit in my yard, ride my horses,
Right.
not say anything, communicate with them mentally. There you go.
That's it. Do you do house parties?
Yes, I do.
There you go,
I
Shayna.
do, Shayna. And yes, I'm doing a 40th birthday Friday, and there's supposed to be like 25 people there. And I refuse to do it in a group. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. When I talk about a group, I am talking about like 25 people in front of me. I like to do them separately because there's information that's very private that comes out. So everybody gets like 15 minutes or a half an hour, and then I just go through everybody, and that's how I do it.
Yeah.
But yes, I do house parties. So thank you for asking, by the way. Okay.
Natasha says, you know what? I adore this woman. I'm very blessed to have met you.
Oh.
Also, thank you guys for this opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty
She's
close.
the best. She's the best. And MI says a way to kind of get out of that worried or anxiety level too is limit the intake of news. Mm-hmm.
I do that. I don't listen to the news. I do have things that'll come across my news feed, and then I just choose not to look at it. And then in case I need to see something, I do guess that there's a hurricane possibly coming within this next week. So I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm out of here, but it came across my news feed, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I needed to know that. So yeah.
September 14th is supposed to be the big one on the East Coast. So.
Is it really?
That's what I've heard. That's what some people are predicting. Yeah.
Okay. I do not. You know what? I haven't concentrated on it. Actually, I didn't make a prediction. Have I for any hurricanes? I've done mostly earthquakes, haven't I?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I do have more predictions, by the way. I have a whole slew of them. I got them the other night. I thought you guys know I'm listening to somebody. I think it's Mother Mary. The woman comes to me and she's got a blue cloak that she wraps around her head. I don't know who it is, but I see her and I write down what she tells me.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a guide. I think it's more like a saint and I'm not Catholic. So I just repeat what she tells me. So
there you go.
Okay.
You gonna have vanilla cake at your party?
I love vanilla. Okay. All right. With that said, I've got enough time now. I'm going to open it up for questions. Please limit to one question. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And be very, very specific, folks. We've got hundreds of thousands of people's energies tuned in right now. So, give her something that she can dial in on. Don't say any messages for me. Question mark.
Don't do that because I did be really specific. I have a lot, I want you guys to understand the last time you looked, I think they said we had about between 450 and 650 watching. So I think that was the last time I talked to Pete. It's just, you guys aren't always typing and making comments. And so that you understand there's a lot of
people.
And I just took off about, I don't know, a couple hundred because I just got rid of TikTok.
Because they needed to be taken off,
I'll talk to you later about it. So
before you jump into your questions, as people are getting their questions ready, the the interesting thing is I was walking through a grocery store and the shelves are pretty empty. And Lana did at the beginning of the year in her first prediction show here, did predict that in around July, August, there would be a food shortage. And if you walk through a lot of grocery stores now,
You know what's so
a
interesting?
lot of
about
shelves are
that?
empty.
I can't is that it's not so much as food shortage; it's shortage of workers.
Yeah. Well, whatever reason,
So-
the shelves are not full.
All I know is that I predicted, and if you remember, 5.5 billion is what the population is going to go down to.
Hmm.
I don't know when and I don't know how, but that's a lot of people. I don't understand that, but that's the number they gave me.
Princess also said you predicted that the housing was going to pop or come
Yes, I
down
did.
soon.
Yes, I
Just
did.
told by her realtor that classes are significantly dropping. She told me I sold my home just in time. Yeah, and prices are coming down. That's true. Kathy would love to have more predictions.
Yeah, I do. You should see. Okay, what I do at night is I wake up in the middle of the night and I start writing, and I don't even realize what I'm writing until I look at it the next day. It's almost like I'm automatically. It's called automatic writing, and because they're telling me what to write, and then I look at them and I share them with you. So, with that said, just to let you know, that's where they come from. It's not necessarily me. And what was so interesting this last time, I miss. Oh, Leah says I miss what happened with TikTok, but that's okay. I don't need them anyways.
Don't worry about it.
I've got about 8,000 followers on there, but somebody threatened me.
Yep.
So that's why, and it just took me as strange because here I am trying to be nice and and loving and giving to people, and so
kind of messed with your rhythm.
It very much so, very much messed with my rhythm, my mind. It just
Yeah. Okay, Princess.
Go ahead.
Princess says, I just sold my home and I'm going to be moving down the hill closer to work. Do you see my job situation at work improving, or will I transfer soon because I can't take my boss anymore?
You can't take your boss anymore. Yeah, you're transferring soon. Give it about, I know who you are, Princess. I've talked to you before. I want to say that within about 6 to 8 weeks, you will be done with it. You'll have someplace else to go and you'll be much happier. Is it a man? I see a man and you're going to a woman, or you're a woman going to a man. It's like you're flipping and the energy's better. Okay. All right.
There we go. Let's see. The next one is Anna asks, will I have to do steroid therapy?
Yes, but for a little bit of time, and Anna, it's going to work. You'll feel better. It's not going to work right away. Give yourself a couple weeks, but overall you will feel better. Okay.
There you go. This is on a lot of people's minds right now with the rise of the Delta variants. Do you foresee a federal vaccine mandate?
I say yes. I know that if you look back in my podcast in April, I said that we would have to be able to travel. We would have to have vaccine cards. And I kept seeing them like with a card, like a lanyard around your neck. And what I don't understand is anybody can make those up. I don't get that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because people just write on there. Mm-hmm. You can just steal a couple cards. I guess that's already happening. People are stealing them and making them up, which is dumb. Come on. But anyway, yes, I do see I see it federally, like they're making you do it now. So yes, I do. I do see that happening.
Okay. Virginia says, hey, do you read other readers' predictions like oil drills exploding, floods on the East Coast?
Yes, I do, Virginia, because I'm no better than anybody else. And I do say that there's floods on the East Coast. Yes. I've been saying that my prediction, okay, and you'll understand this. There's very few places in the United States that are safe. Now, this was back in the 70s. I read a book about this, and I still say it too, and that's my prediction. One of the safest places to be, about 2 hours west of the Great Lakes. It'll be the safest place to be in the next 50 years. If you notice, our temperatures have been pretty good. Except for some smoke, we've been pretty safe. And I still say there's a very, very, very high amount of psychics in the state of Wisconsin. And we're all being attracted there for a reason, I think. And I've had many, many chances to leave. Actually, I lived in Illinois for quite a while. But, and there's a place called the Driftless area. And it's different than everything else. I just feel it's safe. I still say it. So and I do say the Great Lakes are going to rise, like Milwaukee, probably most of Chicago, they're going to be underwater, because you have to remember that the St. Lawrence Seaway connects it to the ocean. So when the ocean levels do go up, which I have been saying for years, so are the Great Lakes. Okay.
Yeah. So Anna, just to follow up to hers with her steroid therapy and however you say that, methotrexate for my rheumatoid and lupus.
There's a steroid that you're gonna be using, and there's also something brand new coming out. They're going to try on you, and I want you to take it. I know you're a little afraid, but I want to say that there's something very, very good coming out. Now, I'm going to be honest. I am a health advisor, but I am not a doctor. I did predict my own daughter, who has a really bad case of Crohn's, that she would be on a medicine that would cure her. And she is on Stellara, and it is plant-based, just like I told her. And now she went and had she had weight loss surgery. Weight loss surgery reattaches her stomach together in the spot that was so inflamed. And I said she would be cured, and she is doing so well. I just can't believe it. So, and remember, I just repeat what they say. And I'm telling you, Anna, there's a medicine coming out that's going to work for you. It's coming out, and really soon. Like they might actually say maybe you'll be in the trial. I want you to look into it. I'm not telling you what to do. Do it though. Okay. There is something that's going to be almost like a cure for some of these things that are so bad with lupus and stuff. Okay.
There we go. Thank you. Excellent. Emma says, my self-doubt's really holding me back in my new career that I've started, mental health, and I'm doubting whether it's something I can do. Do you see me overcoming this, or should I look to change jobs?
Emma, I think I've talked to you before. What's so strange about all this stuff? I want to let you know, all of my followers are on here. Once you start calling me, because I am a life coach also.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to remember that. And when you call me 2 or 3 times, I put you on speed dial. I know who's calling, and I'll be like, oh, hey, you want to, I've got time for you. I will set time away for you. I also am doing that through my Patreon, by the way. So if you guys want to join me through my Patreon, also, I have a new class started. I'm full. I only allow 10 per hour. And I talk to you twice a month for a year. Anyway, and everybody in 10. And we all talk about psychic stuff, so spiritual stuff. Anyway, for you, Emma, because I know, I think I've talked to you before. That's my point. I'm feeling like you're going to have an opportunity to hold. I think you're overthinking it. Okay. But I do want to say that somebody around you in that job is also like sending you daggers. Like they're sending you bad energy, and they're trying to create problems for you. And it's up to you if you want to leave, or if you want to stay, be stubborn and stay, because it'll work out either way. If you do start looking, because before the end of the year, there would be an opportunity to leave. Okay.
Put some crystals on your desk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like somebody's trying to just cause trouble.
Oh.
You know how people can be bullies. I mean, I've been bullied my whole life because of what I do, and they know it. They find out, and because I won't go in for the kill. I will stand up for myself. I did get somebody fired. So I did. So I do stand up for myself if I know that I can't do this anymore. So just that you guys understand where it comes from. So anyway.
There you go. Michelle R. asks, am I still up for my promotion this month?
It's not going to happen this month. It's going to happen more like October. I don't know why. They're going to drag their feet. I'm not sure. But yes, you will get something. Okay.
Awesome. MI says, will I get a mortgage via NACA, it's Habitat for Humanity, or will I need to sell a plot?
I think you have to sell something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've been talking about this, right, Kent? We've been talking about just like I said about the housing market.
Yep.
Where I am at, it's a poor city. I don't live too far from, and I'm seeing housing, like just rows of foreclosures.
Yeah.
And they're $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 houses. So I was right. I told my own children, and matter of fact, I told somebody today, I did a reading before I was on here, and I said, wait about 4 to 6 months before you go buy a house. Now, if you're selling, you better sell it now.
That's right.
But if not,
get rid of it now. Yeah.
Hold on to it, and just wait. The prices are coming down, the foreclosures, all of it. Not as bad as 2007 and 8, but it's pretty bad.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Earl says, good morning, Lana. Greetings from Springfield, Massachusetts. Hope
Hi,
you're
Earl.
feeling better.
Good.
Nate wishes that the Chicago would go underwater.
I'm telling you, you're gonna. Well, I don't think people realize this because that that building that collapsed in Miami. You know why it collapsed, right? Because it's underwater.
Yeah.
And that's what did the whole thing in. It was full of water in the car parking garage half the time, and I know right where that's at because I know Miami, and I'm like, I knew it was underwater because you would see in the morning that there's water all over the roads. I'm sorry, but we're at a point of no return, guys. I mean, and you do know, by the way, not only are we having fires out west in the United States, there are fires right now in Eastern Europe, Africa, Brazil, and South America, and lots in Canada. Well, we already knew that a little bit. The world is burning. And I want you to know that
sounds like
the
a
earth
song.
will go on. We will. Yeah, the earth will always go on. The question is us.
Yeah.
That's where I'm seeing that 5.5 billion. I don't understand that number, and I don't understand, but that is what they are telling me.
There you go.
Okay.
Jen Krejci says, can you describe the non-physical energy guide teacher I'm currently learning from? Doesn't always feel as if it was dominantly earth past life relation to me, like a light being or something. Any thought on that?
I want to say this person's like a shaman and knows a lot. You picked him up through your meditation, or you were in a place where he's not quite an attachment, but it's kind of like he's appearing to you. And I kind of see somebody. I want to say it's like a Native American shaman. It's a shaman who's like an ascended soul, like knows his stuff. And that's good for you, Jen, because as you're growing and stuff, you're going to start getting messages and you're going to be able to share them with the world. I feel like he's using you for that. And you're learning from him, and he's using you to get out information he's trying to get out to people. Okay.
Awesome. Deanna says, last fall I saw something outside of my parents' house. Was it a ghost spirit? It was dark out, and I was talking to the neighbor, and she saw it too.
I want to say it's a spirit guide. It's one of your guides.
A
lot of times you guys don't realize how much you see spirit guides.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Lana.
You're welcome, Emma.
Nancy, good morning. Good morning, friends. I look forward to the show every Saturday. Lana, any ideas for my knees?
They're telling me that, you get these little strips that you put around your knee right below the kneecap, and it has a magnet in it. Try that. That's all I know. That's what I see. And I think it will help. I have a very bad knee. I've had knee surgery, and my other knee actually started to fall apart when I hurt my back, and they said I needed surgery. And you know what? Keep your knees strong if you keep your thigh muscles strong, your knees stay strong. And I've been doing that and had not had a problem with my knee since. So just a thought. That's me talking, by the way.
That's it. Beautiful. Shayna says, should my failing father move in with his sister?
I don't feel it's such a good idea. I don't know why. I could go into greater detail, but I'm in public. So, Shayna, you might want to make an appointment on that if you want to. I'm not like trying to force you to make an appointment, but there's stuff I would tell you that I don't feel public. I should say in public about it.
There you go. Beautiful.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Lana, I want to quit smoking cigarettes starting tomorrow. You see me being successful. Wish me luck. I'll send strong vibes.
Good for you. I want you to, Leah. And you do know I'm a certified hypnotist. I can hypnotize you also. Yeah. I've been told it works. I had some friends that have lost weight. I've had some friends that have actually quit smoking. So, and I'm not that expensive. I know you might not have the money, and that's okay. But take a look at my website because I do that. Okay. But yes, I think you are going to be, but boy, you're going to struggle for the first couple of weeks. And I feel like you're the type of person, Leah, that whenever there's stress, you're going to want that cigarette so bad. You're going to have to keep your stress levels low.
There you go. Can I answer this one? Eddie asks, will my boss Kent give me a raise?
I don't know. You tell me.
That's right. Yeah.
He's right here.
That's
Right?
it. I raised my foot right up. Never mind. Very good.
Okay.
All right. Nate Meadows says, hey, I stood up for myself recently. And now I feel like a target is on my back. Certain individuals don't like someone that speaks up when something is wrong. Should I try to find a new job?
Nate, you're too good for them. That's what the problem is. I feel that for you, I've had the same problem. I ended up leaving a job that I shouldn't have. And now I'm paying for it a little bit. But at the same point, I couldn't take it anymore, the bullying. And I did, like I said, I got somebody fired, had 31 years in my school system. I got him fired and walked out. And I should have went back after this other person, and I didn't, so I understand where you've been. And maybe that trauma I saw this actually on TikTok recently. How you can get PTSD from a job, and like they're in shock. And I'm like, well, of course you can. When you've been treated the way you get treated at some of these places, of course you get PTSD from them. Make sure, Nate, you don't get that. And if you have to, then you have to walk. But I feel like it's up to you. I do feel like somebody's on your side, though, Nate. I just want to tell you that. Okay. All right. Next question.
All right. MI says, thank you, Lana. Our good friend Natasha, good morning. I believe fire is the symbolism for the rest of the year. There's some kind of cleansing that's coming. It's a positive way, but
I do feel there's positivity coming out of all the crap that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say from the 2020 to 2022, there's some type of almost like from the other side ritual cleansing. I do feel that. I agree with you, Tasha. I do. Okay.
There we go. Good morning, Shelby. Will my fiance's knee need surgery, or will physical therapy be all that's necessary?
Eventually, he's down the road. We're talking down the road. He's going to need surgery, but physical therapy for now, for the next 2 years, will be okay.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, Jimmy Dream, good morning. Glad to have you with us. Morning, Lana. Do you feel or see if there is someone from the other side trying to get in touch with me lately?
Jimmy, do you have another person in the house or that's on the other side that's named James also, or Jimmy? Are you named after somebody, or you have a similar name to somebody? Because I feel like there is somebody that's with your same name or kind of like that. Like, I don't know if it's James, John, Josh, something. I just wanted to mention that to you. Okay.
There you go. MI says, yeah, you helped me and helped my TMJ during a brief meditation during Patreon. And if people
good. I was hoping that meditation worked. And what I'm doing on Patreon is I'm setting it up for you guys. And so right now I've got one class that's full, and I start my next class. Well, it's a limit of 10. So if you guys want to, it's only $15 a month. I try to keep it I didn't want to take advantage of anybody. So I kept it really cheap. And on Wednesday nights, twice a month. Okay. And we meet for an hour. Matter of fact, my group will be meeting again Wednesday. So don't worry. I have not forgotten. And I will be sending you links if you can't get on. I had a couple people that couldn't get on a link this last time.
And they can get to your Patreon through www.enchantedskye.com.
You just go on Patreon /Lana's Enchanted Sky. If you go on Patreon and put me in, you'll see it. And then you can join it that way.
There you go.
I probably do need to put a link on my website, though, don't I?
Might be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm always busy, as this is a lot of work, all this social media,
It is. It's a full-time job. Yeah.
It is.
Laura asks, I'm looking for a job. Will I be successful? And I'm looking for an apartment to move out will I move out next month? Any advice for the future, please?
Okay. So first of all, I think you're leaving. Are you leaving the area? Because wherever you're at, I don't feel like you're going to be there. I feel like it's another city or someplace else. And your job, you're only going to find a part-time job for a little while, but eventually I want to say that it pays the bills. Like maybe it's not even maybe 30 hours or something. Eventually you're going to find something within where you get the job. So it'll eventually go to full-time. Okay. But so be patient. And I always tell people this, because I told somebody this morning, if you've got enough money to feed yourself, just take a little time off and breathe. Because things come clearer to you and it's easier. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Mel B, good morning. Love Mel. Was it a good idea to delete my accounts on dating apps?
Yes, Mel, because the right person isn't coming through there. And also, I think somebody was stalking you a little. There's something there. Okay.
Way to get out. Liz says, good morning. Is the new job that I am about to start what I really should be doing?
Liz, I need to know what it is. Okay. I need to, because I don't understand, because I can tell you then what I see and stuff.
There you
All right. I don't know if that makes sense, but I have to have a little more information, is my point. Okay. All right.
There you go. Of course, you're tuned in to 21.6 The Net right here on the Metaphysical Meandering with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. If you've got a question for it, we've got about 5 more minutes. You can lay it out there, but be very specific with the question. So, absolutely. Now, as we are waiting for the next question to roll in, in the next couple of months, any big prediction out there that we should be watching for?
You know what, hold on, and I'll pull, because I don't remember what I told you. I wrote, sometimes I get them and it's kind of like a download. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I get them like that. And so yes, there is some, I know there is. So hold on.
That was a different show, mate.
Well, it was so interesting. My last, we're not really supposed to read for ourselves, and sometimes we don't get information for ourselves. But this last thing that I got was a lot for myself. Okay, this is one that I said before. I'm going to say it again because they told me again. Within the next couple of years, the U.S. Constitution will be rewritten. With the bill, and the Bill of Rights will become the Human Bill of Rights, and that will be added. And I said that way back in January, not knowing that is true, and that bill has already been introduced.
There you go. And she did that.
Guarantees fresh water, guarantees health care. We have a right as a human being to have those things, and that's being added in there within the next 2 years. Maybe it might be as long as 4, but it is coming.
It's coming.
So anybody thinks that document's so perfect, nope, it's going to get changed.
Okay. Liz follows up with her, is the new job that I am about to start what I really should be doing? It's revenue cycle in healthcare.
Oh, it's revenue cycle. No, something else. Look for it. It's within, I want to say, it's like within your job or within your area or within the company or something like that, but it's a little different. And I feel like, no, I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
No.
And Liz, if you want to get a little bit clearer of a reading, you can reach out to Lana at enchantedSky.com and set up a reading. She can go a little bit deeper with you when it's just your energy that she's focusing on instead of the hundreds of thousands that are tuned in this morning.
You guys don't realize there's like nearly a million, because what we saw 750 the one week.
Yeah.
So there's like nearly a million people between all of my Facebook and all of mine and his, and that is in all the numbers. So there's a lot of people watching. It just doesn't seem like it sometimes because I don't get as many questions because a lot of people are silent.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Posh says, well, I get a new job soon. Currently unemployed.
You're not looking at the right way. That's the message to you. I think you're trying to go, you need to go in a different direction. That's what I'm supposed to tell you.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. And Mel says, oh my gosh, because I had a strange dream almost warning me of certain scenes to avoid from the dating apps. Don't push that off as just a dream.
Don't do it. Nope. Listen to yourself. I feel like there was maybe a potentially violent person on there. And I'm glad you did, Mel. Besides, you're going to find the right person anyway. You're going to bump into them. Like, it's like you're not meeting them through anybody. It's like you just bump into them at a coffee shop or something, and it's like you recognize each other,
like when Harry met Sally. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. And I want to say it's a little while yet, but they're coming, so take care of you and let it happen. But there is a person that's scheduled to be with you,
so maybe you're living a true life rom-com.
Shayna, yes, I'm open tomorrow. Yes, I am. I will be on a plane and coming open, but I did leave 1 to 5 open. Everybody likes Sundays. So I'll be home, and I'm coming off the plane at like 8:30 in the morning. So I'll be home, and I'm only a half hour away from the airport. So Okay.
Nice. Nice.
All right.
Thank you. All right. That's going to about wrap it up here for this week. We've got about 20 seconds remaining in the show. Very, very blessed, very, very humbled to have everybody with us this morning. We want to thank Tasha, for joining us as well. And if you want to take a look at what Tasha is doing, she is out there at the Optimistic LLC on Facebook. Her price is everything. Really, really cool lady with some great things going on there. And of course, next week we'll have Lana right back here home in studio with us.
Yep.
And we'll have
you
a
can
good
feel
time.
the energy's a little different, can't you guys?
Yes.
When I'm with Kent. Yeah, we know that. But I had to take care of family. So yeah.
We will absolutely get there. So for all of us here at 216 The Net, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, for a reading for more of what Lana does, check her out at www.enchantedsky.com. And if you think you have a feeling that you have some empathic powers or some energies that you're not sure of, join her on Patreon, where she's teaching classes to help you uncover those abilities as well. For all of us here, have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, guys.